Hello, ineffable being. How are you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful, magical day. I want to tell you that you are a genius. You are special. You mean the world, and you are loved. Today, we're going to get into what is life. What is life isn't really like the best entry into this video, but so let's just look at it, right? Why do we read books? Why do we look at YouTube videos? Why do we look for mentorship? Why do we do anything in life? Well, why do you go to work? Is it for financial freedom? Is it just to do something? Is it to buy a car? Is it to leave your parents' house? Is it to get a nicer place? Why do you treat people good? Why do we treat people good? Or why do we give certain people an attitude? So I like to think as the human being, from the moment we're born up until just the rest of our lives, we're constantly striving for something. It could be small. Some people think $1 million is small. Some people think, not having a money-driven attitude is small. I just want happiness. I just want something, small and cute where I can take care of my necessities. Well, anywhere we are, we're always looking for something. And the reason that we do anything in life is to create an experience that yet does not exist. And because we are attempting to create more money, more health, better relationships, we are entering the unknown. And in the unknown, there's anxieties, there are fears. So what do? Well, we look at people, at history, at books, at news, at science, at medical journals, statistics, to kind of show us how best to be healthy, make money, become a real estate agent, graduate high school, college, get my master's degree. So we're always looking for an answer, right? And it happens all the time. I know in my journey, it's constantly happened. Like, I reach a certain plateau, and I'm like, okay, this is awesome. Like, I feel like I know everything I gotta know. And then what? Life hits me, and I'm just like, oh, this was just to lead me here. And now you experience this new reality for a certain amount of time, and then you start to feel like, how could I have ever lived anyway? What I see a lot of the time is what we're looking for is an answer. What we're looking for is an answer to our problems, an answer to our circumstances. So how to know if what you're doing is correct? Because if the reason we do anything is to create something that doesn't exist, and then we look for an answer, we look for the best way to be healthy, the best way to be a communicator, the best way to be a doctor, the best way to be a friend, the best way to be an employee. We're constantly looking for answers. And those are just specifics. We haven't gotten into the umbrella of just life, right? We have different religions, we have different dogmas and spiritual realms and worlds and topics. So how do you know if what you're doing is the correct thing? Because this is an anxiety that comes to all of us. We start doing something, and it's not till you begin and you're knees deep into the new habit that you want to create that you start second guessing yourself and you say, damn, am I wasting my time? Am I doing anything valuable? Why does this happen? It's not because you're weak or you have a low heart, you have a small heart, and that you're not intelligent enough. It's simply because the brain, the way it works, the reason we're the most advanced animal on the planet is because the brain does a damn good job at remembering. Because if it remembers, it can predict the future. So what happens is the brain is a record of the past, and we are regurgitating the past experiences attached with every emotion. So we're repeating the same thoughts, the same emotions, so my body can predict the future. Whenever I'm in a stressful situation, my brain creates larger neural networks so I can remember these in case it happens again in the future, and I know how to get out of danger. So the redundancy of these cycles, right? These habits, and that's what makes change so hard in our life. when we want to be healthier, be more studious, be more successful in any field, we have to start creating a new habit. And it's so hard after a week of waking up early, going to work out, or to run, or to simply walk. We get those thoughts. They're like, hey, like, let's take the day off. Or if you've saved, $500 extra every single month, come months 4 or 5, and you're like, hey, how about you celebrate? It's not because that is the answer, but it's because it's your brain, it's your past, trying to suck you back, trying to bring you back to a place that it knows, because if it knows, then it can control. So, I want to tell you that life has no answers. Life has no answers. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta get up every day and do your best. You gotta believe something. You have to create your belief system, but be sure it's your belief system based on your perspective, your experience, not just something that you got from your mom because she got from her grandmother, and so forth. You have to build your belief system about society, about global warming, about politics, about health, about finances. You got to build yourself. Your personality is made up of how you think, your emotions, and your actions. Well, by the time we're 35, we're a redundant set of unconscious thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and that is your paradigm. That is your personality. But you didn't give this to yourself. You were just observing. From the moment you're in your mother's womb, you're constantly being fed chemical signals, and this is being impregnated into your DNA, into your cells, and then you're out. What happens when you're born? In the physical world, out of your mother. Well, every reaction that you see your parents have, all the communication, their belief systems about money, about the country you live in, about the world, it starts being implanted into you. So, to find the answer to life, just relax. Accept that there is no answer. The only thing you need to worry about is how to create the best experience that you possibly can within yourself. Because then, you'll be freed from the traumas of the past and anxieties and fear of the future. So if there can be an answer to life, and again, there is no answer to life, because every path is different. But the closest that I have found that we can get to an answer to life, a one key solves everything, opens every single door, is finding your heart, is creating the best experience within yourself. So you have the emotional quotient so high that you're freed from all past memories. Let's remember that every experience has an emotion. The end result of every experience in your world is an emotion. So we have traumatic experiences that create very large neural networks in the brain because their emotional quotient is higher. So the moment that you, in the present moment, can create an emotional experience or a pleasant state of being that is superior to every experience you've ever had, then you're freed from the past. And then in this wonderful, magical, ineffable place of living, you're going to have the excess energy to go out in your world and present your idea to the board, to reach out to people that you've never talked to in lieu of advancement in position in the corporate world, in your political party, in whatever avenue. But the key is going to be free yourselves from the chains of the future as well. Because I can sit here and think about my problems. Because the size of the neocortex, thought alone can turn on those chemicals. So what does this mean? Our thoughts can make us sick. It is a scientific fact that the hormones of stress downregulate genes and create disease. Proven fact. So the moment we free ourselves from the anxieties of the future and the traumas of the past, we have this excess energy. Perhaps this is heaven. Perhaps this is cloud 9. Perhaps this is nirvana. But in a literal, pragmatic sense, it's you're free and you have excess energy to express yourself. And in this space, you might feel like, you know what? Life is pretty simple. Life is riddled. And you're not going to have the fear, so you're going to go out and do what you want. And if you fall down, well, remember, you're creating the experience that you want. So it's up to you now to decide to carry that experience that you so desire. Ineffable beings, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video with your family, friends, and social media accounts. If you received value from today's video, please put it down in the comments. And if you did not receive value, if it was a waste of your time, please also put that down in the comments. I hope to see you on the side of light. Goodbye.